Alright, what's up everybody? We are back with more of Avadon, the Black Fortress. We just, on our own, killed the cultist wizard that was causing so much trouble. Which is a little bit annoying to me because I did have to do it without my companions, and then Shagaz, who insisted that my companions go, ended up getting hurt. Which is unfortunate, but that I guess shows his shows what he knows pretty much. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about the rest of the dungeon because if I'm gonna explore this later, or if I have to explore this later for a quest, I'd much rather have companions by my side. But despite all that, we still managed to make it through. You return to Monarch Shagaz and find that he is not alone. Arua Honored Forge has discovered him. He kneels at the fallen Shadow Walker's side, administering first aid. Shagaz will have a hard time traveling in safety, but he is well enough to manage. Shagaz looks up at you and smiles weakly. Ah, Xander, it appears that victory is ours after all. No thanks to me. Are you doing better? I will live, and no doubt be sent back to Vevo. I am a success, after all. What will you do now? With Harua's help, I will report to Hoklanda. I will report what happened. They will be... He coughs and groans. They will be... Surprise and please. The Kellum Raiders, they are broken. At last. It is a sore spot that I am sorry. I grow tired. There is one thing we need to discuss. Go on. I am bound to give a full report. I will tell my masters all that happened. All my mistakes. He looks up at Harua. Everyone I've met, this may cause trouble. How so? One of your companions, Shima, he will learn that the Honored Forge are fighting in this area. He hates his clan. He may want to do something rash. Surely you can leave Harua out of the report? I cannot ignore my sworn duty so easily. Perhaps Shima will not read the report. We can hope, but it would be quite a lapse on his part. I will try to prevent him from doing violence. Harua says, that would be very wise. Shagaz adds, I am glad. This is not the time for pack to fight pack. I hope what I fear will happen does not happen. As soon as the way to the exit is clear, we will retreat. Please hurry and clear the way. You inspect the small wooden doorway at the top of the stairs. It is held shut by a glowing padlock covered with runes. You are sure there was no such thing there when you entered. You take the crystal key from your pouch and touch it to the padlock. There is a tinkling sound and a puff of smoke. The lock disappears. Okay, I'm sure we will be given an opportunity to explore that dungeon later, but like I said, I'd much rather just move on here. I will go back to Castle Vebo now and talk to Duke Griffin. We will come back to Castle Vebo in the Brazil Woods so we can clear out the rest of these quests. It is annoying they took away my companions for that one, but it probably would have been super easy if I was able to keep them. Shagaz and I have defeated the Kellum bandits. You tell Griffin the tale of your adventure. He listens with rapt attention and laughs with delight. My, sending a Hoklon to kill Kellum. Oh, the nobles will have fits. Never mind that they were thugs and killers and deserved every bit of their reward. Please return to Redbeard and convey my gratitude. Soon, I think, we will be able to make a decisive step. How was Monitor Shagaz? It took some effort, but we managed to convince him to let our sages and healers tend to him. He is now quite well. What will the next step be? I will not say yet. It will only serve to give my rivals a chance to undercut me. I have taken them by surprise on every step of this journey, and I will continue to do so. I saw no sign of Hay and Gavin. I'm not surprised. Brazza Woods are a large place, after all. Thank you for looking. Alright, let's go ahead and head back to Avadon then. And we will come back and do the rest of those quests, so. I don't even know what leveled up, to be honest. Endurance. I guess this and this. At least we gain more stuff. Oh, yep, I knew Shima would be right there. We'll do this, this, and this. You walk away from the portal, still slightly dazed from your instantaneous journey of hundreds of miles. As your vision clears, you see that Shima Three Spear is waiting for you. He is clearly upset. I need to speak with you, Xander. It is about the matter of my clan. What do we need to discuss? I need to know if you saw any signs of the Honored Forge clan during your journey through the Brazza Woods. Did you learn anything of their presence? You notice that Shima has a folded sheet of paper in his hand. It is falling apart as if it has been opened and read many times. Yes, they have warriors there. He nods and holds up the letter. From what is left of my clan, they have been vigilant, ever watching their new mortal foes. It took them little time to read Shagaz's report of your recent adventures. The Honored Forge is in Brazza. I do not know why or if it is related to our purpose there. It does not matter. They are there in our reach. What will you do? I will go to Brazza. We hands are given wide latitude to act in the way we think most benefits Avadon. Now I hunt the treacherous killers of the Honored Forge. I am simply doing you the honor of letting you know so that you do not waste time looking for me. He takes a step toward the portal. Why does this assess you so? The Honored Forge. I do not know why they did what they did, or how. Until I understand, my clan will not be safe. It will not be able to defend itself. I apologize. I do not wish to abandon you, but I must. I have no choice. Let me come with you. I cannot allow it. I'm already shirking my duty. I will not tempt others to abandon Avadon in this time of need. I must go alone, whatever the cost. If anyone needs to learn what happened to me, I left papers of interest in my quarters. Farewell. And then he turns and steps into the portal. A moment later, he is gone. Shima Three Spear confronted you when you return to Avadon. He is going to hunt those who dishonored his family. If you want to help him and to bring him back to Avadon, he said that he'd left a map to his destination in his quarters. His quarters are downstairs from the main kitchen. Of course I will. I just have a... I knew that was gonna happen. Like, no wonder. The gods insisted on no companions. But in the meantime, let's just report back to Redbeard. I've returned from Castle Vebo. Despite Redbeard's exhaustion, he listens raptly to your words. A bunch of Kellum bandits, eh? They were the sole obstacle to negotiations, and they are dead. Good, the work can continue. Redbeard presents you with a scarab. A true honor, this one. It is from my private collection. Wear it well. I must send messages to Kellum Dario. I will do what I can to bring this peace about. As for you, return to Miranda. You have done well. Call Major Aid. I guess we can put that on Shima, now that I think about it. But we would have to get him back first. Alright, what does Miranda need? We're gonna definitely head back to Castle Vebo first so we can clear out those quests. Redbeard sent me back to you. What are my orders? We have analyzed the papers you brought from the Tower of the Cimmerian Wizard. We found that he had recently received some rare powders, gems, and other alchemical materials. She consults some papers. And here is the interesting part. Weeks before that, their lord Karsta Arl had imported exactly those materials from Hoklanda. In other words, their lord was supplying the rogue wizard. We have no choice. Karsta Arl must be brought to Avadon to answer our charges. If he refuses, he is to be killed. Only then will the gates of Avadon be satisfied. But did Karsta Arl know what his wizard was doing? That is what he must be brought here to find out, but it hardly matters. Being clumsy enough to give unlimited supplies to a mad wizard is still a crime, if it threatens the pact. What if I have to attack Karsta Arl's fortress? Then do so. Do not fear. You will have allies. Strike decisively and without fear. I've already put plans in motion. The important thing is that their lord is subjected to the will of Avadon. Prisoner or dead. Those are the only choices. What should I do about the people of Doralstead? Whatever you wish. The whole land is subject to the wrath of Avadon. Punish, be merciful. Your decision. We trust your judgment completely. Oh boy, we knew this was going to happen, right? Is Lorella still here? Who? Miranda digs up records of your previous expeditions. Oh, her. She left some weeks ago. Hopefully your work will be done before she gets home. I'm not sure she will want to see what is about to happen. It has been revealed that Karsta Arl, the Lord you met in Cimmeria, was responsible for the rogue wizard's research. He has been acting directly against the pact, and he must be brought to justice. Art Miranda gave you orders to use the northern portal to return to Cimmeria. Go to Karsta Arl's keep, arrest him, and bring him back. If he refuses, kill him. Oh boy, we pretty much knew that was bound to happen. But we are gonna delay in favor of getting Shima back, and also finish cleaning up what else we need to do in Kellum Dario, the Hoklanda area. You enter Shima's room, looking for any sign of where he might have gone. You search the room thoroughly, but you only find one sign. There is a map on his bed. It depicts the Baraza Woods and the neighboring parts of Hoklanda. On it, an area west of the woods in Hoklandan territory has been circled. He has also written, "Watch the roads, roaming ogres." This is the only sign you can find of where he went. It will have to do. A new location has been revealed on the Baraza Woods map. You found a hint in Shima's quarters of where he left for. The map directed you to a camp in Hoklanda just west of the Baraza Woods. If you want to bring Shima back to Avadon, going back to the Baraza Woods might be a good way to start. Oh boy, I really am nervous for Cimmeria right now and Doralstead, but orders are orders. I think that was pretty much just inevitable considering how people were talking, how it was being set up. Let's bring Nathalie along. Monitor's camp, yeah. You arrive at the place marked on Shima's map, about a day's journey into Hoklanan territory. Since you are a hand of Avadon, you are allowed to travel wherever you want, both in and out of the pact. However, the fact that Shima came here to kill Hoklanans makes your position a little more awkward. Nathalie should also be very nervous, as people from Kalimdario are unwelcome on this side of the border. Of course, she is entirely cheery and unconcerned. Steep hills rise to the north. Several narrow ravines run up into them. At the top you see the smoke from cookfires. A large group is camped up there. At the base of the hill, however, less friendly creatures have taken up residence. You see a crude totem nearby, and massive footprints are visible along the pathways. There are ogres camped nearby, or something larger. You are at the base of a large ravine rising into the hills to the north. There is a meeting place just ahead, or some sort of ceremonial site, you aren't sure. It has 2 rows of standing stones with 2 pairs of benches facing each other between them. A lone shadow walker stands at the north end of the meeting place. He watches you silently as you approach. His sword is still in its sheath, but you doubt that he is alone. You approach the meeting place and are close enough to get a close look at the shadow walker waiting for you. Even though little of his face is visible, you recognize his build, demeanor, and the monitor's insignia pinned to his shoulder. It is Harua Honored Forge, the shadow walker you met in the pit to the east. He nods to you and waves you forward. Harua holds up his hand. Please stop, Xander. You are close enough. I have met with you in this place to parley. I do not know that you mean me well. I am looking for Shima. Harua Honored Forge nods slowly. Of course you are. That is why I sent sentries on the roads to watch for your approach. I knew you would follow your fellow hands soon enough. He claps his hands. Two of Harua's warriors walk down the path from the north. Shima is between them. He is unarmed. His hands are bound behind his back. Though he looks like he has just taken a fierce beating, he lacks serious injuries. The warriors haul Shima forward and throw him to the ground at Harua's feet. He looks down at Shima and then up at you. Here is your companion. Shima is conscious, but he does not move. He silently stares at the dirt inches from his face. What happened to him? He slipped into our camp and tried to murder me. Then when I deflected his feeble assault, he attacked my men. For a moment, Harua's voice betrays his considerable anger. All loyal servants of the pact are all innocent of any crime, and he tries to slay them. I assure you that my soldiers urged me to kill him, and yet I did not. You should mark that in my favor. They urge you to kill him? I am not the only warrior to honor Forge in this camp. Many of us are here. Not all of them are as capable of rising above tribal disagreements as I am. Why didn't you kill him? Well, it was my right. You must understand that. Were he not under Avadon's protection, I would have had him hung from his foolish neck and smiled as I ordered it. But I do not wish enemies in Avadon, so I return him to you. Now what happens? Harua kneels down, draws a dagger, and cuts the ropes binding Shima's hands. A soldier leaves to the north and soon returns with Shima's weapons, which he throws onto the dirt by the young Shadow Walker's feet. Shima doesn't rise. Harua says, "He is yours. I return to my work now. Before I go, there are two things you should know." Go on. You should know that Redbeard will not appreciate your attack in the Honor Forge. We are elevated in his eyes. What do you mean? I mean that my clan has been tireless in helping Avadon to achieve its ends. Many fear and resent the power of Avadon. The Honor Forge does not. We respect it, and we have acted to increase it. During Shima's short time here, we convinced him of as much. Shima closes his eyes. Whatever he has seen, he believes that Harua's words are true. And what else do you have to say? Harua looks you in the eye. His fury is starting to escape his control. Out of respect for Avadon, I have let this fool go. But I promise you this, if any try to kill my warriors or clanmates, I will destroy them. I will destroy them. This includes Hands of Avadon. And Xander, this includes you. Is that understood? It is understood. Harua nods. I am glad to hear it. You can go and fight for the pact in your own way, and I will fight for them in mine. He gives you a brief, sharp salute. Then he and his warriors turn and leave the clearing. When they are gone, Shima rises and reclaims his weapons. He doesn't meet your gaze. You approach Shima. He has collected his weaponry and other equipment. Despite all of his bruises and the odd sprain or two, he is uninjured. He lets out a deep, ragged sigh. Then he looks at you. I am glad to see you, Xander. I am also glad that you came for me. I doubt that I would have the courage to track you down and face you myself. Of course I came for you. Shima nods. I am grateful to you. I only hope that I can live up to the debt I owe you. Tell me what happened here. I spent a few days circling and scouting the Honor Forge camp. In the end, I decided to attack from the rear, climbing down the sheer cliffs above them. For the first time, he smiles. You should have seen Harua's face when he realized that I infiltrated his camp unseen. It will haunt his nightmares. What happened then? Then I realized what I should have known from the start. Whatever my skills, I could not beat all of them alone. I almost killed Harua. My blade came a hair's breadth from his throat. Then he shouted the alarm, and I was swarmed and overwhelmed. Did you kill any of them? No, I did not realize at that point how many of the Honor Forge are in their camp. Had I been aware of that, I would have killed as many of them as I could. And trust me, that would have been a hearty tally. How did they subdue you? Haru was kind enough to tell them to beat me into unconsciousness. It was his own Shadow Walker weapons, in the end, that drove me to the ground. Then they bound me. We must decide what to do now. Shima turns away from you. He looks up the hill toward the Hoklanen camp. Harua did not lie. The Honored Forge is beloved of Avadon. He showed me letters. One of them even bore Redbeard's seal. And yet, I cannot simply abandon my vendetta. Not after all they have taken from me. Why is this so important to you? He continues to look up the hill. They destroyed my family. They took our honor, our ancestral lands. Their machinations resulted in the death of many of us, including my father. The rest fled our beloved homeland, entering a pitiful exile. Haru and his clanmates were a part of that. They are up there now. If I don't face them today, it only delays our final reckoning. What do you want to do? He turns back to you, fire in his eyes. If I had my way, I would travel up there and slay them all. The Honored Forge and their allies. This time, however, I would not be alone. You, Xander, would be at my side. Naphtali nods. I don't care about Hoklanen matters one way or the other, but I know what it is to be abandoned by Avadon. I would aid you. Is everyone in that camp of the Honored Forge? Yes, or else one of their hirelings. This is a harsh thing I wish to do, but it is the way of Hoklanda. If you fight for a clan, you are, in part, culpable for their crimes. I can understand why Shima feels the way he does, but this is just a really bad idea overall, even though Naphtali is eager and enthusiastic about it. I will not fight an ally in Avadon, Shima. Forget this and return to Avadon. No, Xander, you must realize that I can delay, but I can never forget, no matter what they do for Redbeard. I will return to Avadon, but my loyalties will always be, in part, elsewhere. He walks to your side. I follow you for now. Shima 3-Sir approaches you and stands at your side. Xander, I must insist. As long as there is a chance you might hunt Harua, I must be with you. This is my hunt too, and I will not be shamed by him again. Oh man, do we have to do this? Because I really do not want to. Can we just... Is there anything else I can do for you? Can we discuss my companions? Shima left Avadon to hunt down those who betrayed his family. She nods. We had suspected this. He was absent. Certain battles occurred. We are not unobservant. She looks at you intently. And tell me, did Shima learn anything unusual during his exertions? He learned that Redbeard favors his enemies, the Honor Forge. He is upset about it. I see. That is untrue, of course. I don't see why Redbeard would care to favor one Hulk London clan over another. I will take steps to make sure Shima's doubt about us are put to rest. Thank you for letting us know about this. I mean, we'll take Shima to go on these adventures with us, but... Am I really locked into having Shima with me, or did I complete the mission already? Okay, yes, I did. Okay, yeah, because I am not fighting an enemy of Avadon. Or allied to Avadon. That would bring so much unnecessary attention to us. History Scrolls, Blue Ore, Dragon's Tooth, Cam Gavin, a Drake Egg. Okay, well, we do need to explore more of the Broads of Woods before we move on here. So yeah, that's the only one I will not do, because... yeah, that will probably really attract the anger to Avadon to us. And we don't want that. So yeah, I'm gonna just ignore it. But we will stay in the Broths of Pits for a little bit. Oh, no. I keep thinking that the Broths of Pits are where we need to be at for our quest. Bandit Rose. So yeah, let's go ahead and explore what we weren't able to before. Pretty much. Because we do got some quests to clean up here before. Yeah, I should have honestly... done all this first, but getting that done relatively quick is also fine too. So yeah, we'll clean up the rest of the quests here, and then we will move on to Chimeria, which I am not looking forward to, because, I mean, the Lord Carster Earl did aid us, but at the same time, this is a very unfortunate development if he was, like, still responsible. Oh yeah, I forgot to equip the Scarab on him, but he doesn't need it right now. Alright, how much of the woods do we need to explore, though? Abandoned camp. Ooh, there was a drink mentioned, though, when we were doing the main storyline missions, so... yeah, maybe we can get the Drake Egg there. So far, we just have a lot of frenzied rats to kill. All right. And we'll level up that. That and that. Ooh, Battle Frenzy. That and that. Alright, we still have a little bit more luxury when it comes to levels. Maybe we will get these level 7, then we'll move some of the other ones. But yeah, we gained all we could. Level 6. We gained a lot more abilities now. Call the Frenzy. Okay, that is very handy, actually. Okay, so is that just for me or just nearby allies? Okay, honestly, Battle Frenzy Scarab now is pretty redundant now if we have all this stuff. Okay, so that actually works for everybody. Not just, Okay, but yeah, that is really good. We got Cloud of Corruption, which is very effective. Alright, is there a switch I can push right here? Or somewhere? I wonder where if I can find Orion in this section. In this secluded clearing, you find a tower in the process of construction. Trees are being cut down, shaped into huge, crude logs, and built into a rough but stable structure. What gets your attention, however, is the nature of the workers. They are not woodsmen, but stone constructs. Living statues that efficiently and tirelessly shape the logs and build the tower. There is nobody visible out here who is actually alive. If the controller of the living statues is around, he or she must be inside. Okay, at least they're not hostile. Oh boy. The inside of this is one of the people we're hunting for. The inside of this wooden tower is actually quite warm and cozy. There is only one resident sitting on a throne and staring into a magic circle. There is a wisp of blue light floating over the ruins. When you approach, he waves his hand. The light disappears. Then he turns to you and smiles. Greetings, visitor. I am Incantor Manon. It is rare that I receive visitors into my humble abode. And who are you? I bring word from Castle Vebo. You can return. He jumps up from his throne. Really? I can leave this miserable hardwood hole and return to civilization? Thank you for this message. I am most pleased. Why do you think you are being called back? I don't know. Maybe Duke Griffin has forgiven me, or he has seen the error of his ways and no longer will strive for peace with Oaklanda. Or maybe he wants me close so that he can have me jailed or killed. It doesn't matter. Anything is worth not having to be in this dank shack any longer. Excuse me, I must prepare to depart. I am Xander, Hand of Avadon. So I thought, I know of you. Even out here in my remote exile, I'll do my best to learn what is happening back in dear old Castle Vebo. But I'm sure you are here for a reason. Perhaps some of my services might be of value to you. I need to keep busy out here on my lonesome. Why are you living out here? Oh, Kalimdario politics, steeped in tradition, the fortresses, the dukes, the rivalry, the assassins. Suffice it to say that sometimes, under certain circumstances, people can say things that are unsafe, and thus they need to retire from the field for a time. Under certain circumstances. Yes, circumstances such as being terribly drunk at a castle banquet. Say things that are unsafe? Yeah, such as that one's beloved duke's efforts to make peace with the Hoaglandans are doomed to failure. You really think that? Me? Doubt the duke? Of course not. I've learned that lesson. Others may think that the Hoaglandans will only take Griffin's overtures as a sign of weakness and demand more and more concessions in return for nothing. But no, not me. Tell me out. Incantor Manon lounges in his throne. He idly waves his hand back and forth as tiny flames dance on and between his fingers. Most wizards don't show off their powers quite so blatantly. Tell me about your tower. It is humble, but it will grow in time. My constructs will soon make it appropriate for a wizard of the Kelim, even an exile one. You are welcome, Hand. I only ask one thing. Yes? Stay out of the upper level. Those are my private chambers. Oh, what services do you offer? Little as yet. I'm still establishing myself here. However, I do have some crafts available that might prove handy to a Hand of Avadon. What do you have for sale? Incantor Man is able to craft a variety of useful magical items. Happily, he still has a few of them in stock. Okay, so he has elixirs we can get. I mean, I'll buy a bunch of them. You are still here? Oh yes, once returned to society must be planned. The proper clothes, the proper hair, the right level of court gossip. Oh, I will return soon, but I will enter the gates of Castle Vebo as a true wizard of Kalimdario. Not some bumpkin with pine cones in his hair. I wish he would leave so I can inspect what he does have. Oh yeah, I forgot to. Okay, that is definitely very good. Ice Storm boost to focus mastery. Yeah, we'll definitely put that on. And sell that. Okay, now that we told Incantor Manon that he can return, let's go ahead and go back. And who was it that requested that? Ah, Questa. I convinced Incantor Manon to return. He is already here, I thank you. There was a long, awkward pause. Oh, you want a reward? Yes, here, a beautiful steel breastplate is brought for you. Nice, yes, perhaps overpayment, but Griffin very much desired more wizards in residence. Also, when you trade with me, I can bless you. The materials for the spell are expensive, but you will find it be worth it. Do you need anything else to be done? She thanks. Yes. Oh. The, ooh, those are some good blessings. Can I see your scrolls and other enchanted devices? Okay, so she has some good items now. Alright, well, let's go back to Avadon really quick. So we can sell items and also exchange scarabs, because I know I have a few of them. Okay. Alright, can she wear this just fine? Nah, the Vest of the Shaman is still better. Shima could probably wear it. Actually, yeah, let's just put it on him. Even though I haven't really played as him lately. Alright, we will do some more cleanup in Castle Vebo, but we're just making a quick pit stop and then we will be on our way back. Something I want to sell. The Battle Frenzy does seem redundant though, now that Xander can cast whatever with it. So I might actually spice it up with something different. I'll definitely give him a new scarab when the time comes. Alright, let's see if he has... I highly doubt he does, but let's see if Nicodemus has anything. Do you have something for me for my next mission? Just one moment, he claps his hands. There is a flash of light to the east. A bitter, burnt smell fills the workshop. An assistant bearing a scroll runs up to you, pausing only to extinguish her hair. You take the scroll. I suspect you want something that can summon a rain of lightning. Yes? That is the sort of thing you hands always want. And that spell will call limitless lightning from the sky. You are welcome. Pretty sure that's just another joke item. Another boost to intelligence for her. I don't need the endurance one. I gotta see what it does though. Oh, I sell that. Alright, that's definitely another joke item, so we're just gonna put that away again. Alright, in the meantime, We are gonna head back to the Baraza Woods and clean up some quests. Yeah, you see the red like stars on the screen now? That's definitely a joke item for that reason. If anything else I can do for you? Chrysanth. Like I said, I'm in no rush for to go to Maria quite yet. You know, if he, I am curious though. If he's returned, can we go loot up his like upper chambers now? Remember, it's the Bandit Roads, not the Bronze Woods. I am gonna look up though where to find Orion. I think the Drake Egg is where the place we were story-wise, but just didn't go up because I was by myself, or Xander was by himself. And Gavin is somewhere. Dragon's Tooth. Oh, that's some of the stuff I don't need. So yeah, but I'll still do some of these other quests real quick. But yeah, I want to see if he's left yet. If we can loot up his place or not. Nope, he's still here. Well, at least he sells us some useful items. Alright, and with that in mind, we will continue exploring more of the Baraza Woods in the next part of Let's Play. So, I will see you all until then. I'll save the game right here.